Nothing short of a sense of achievement.
For me, to get convinced to move anywhere else was very difficult.
Her aunt's already thinking whether she wants to sell her property in Nasing in movies.
And any specific reason why you've picked this location?
Getting outdoor time for your children is very difficult.
It's going to be no less than a dream house. She keeps on telling me, I want to go back to Sri Lanka. I don't want to come home. This is not my house anymore. It took personal efforts to go reach out to people, reach out to neighbors.
How committed you are, it gives you even more responsibility to make this right.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Tell us the questions in advance so that we could script a little bit at least.
No, please. We wanted to be as natural as possible. They're very general questions. Nothing very formal. We just want to understand you, your family, and how you came to us. And so basically, sir, we are not a very big firm. We are a small, mid-sized firm. We can't consider ourselves as a mid-sized, we're like small to mid-sized firm. And we are in a stage where we are doing away with smaller projects and trying to focus on larger projects only. And to do that, we need support of not just investors, but end users like sir, ma'am, and your family who believe in us enough not just to make money, but also to stay there. And this is the largest project till date. It's about 8,27,000 square feet of saleable area. And the new one we acquired is going to be around the same size. It on the lower side will be about 78 lakh square feet. On the higher side, we're trying to push it as high as 8,40,000 square foot. So we wanted to be as natural as possible. And please be comfortable. please be relaxed. There are no cameras. It's only just three of us. So to begin, how are you most comfortable? Are you comfortable in English, in Hindi?
English is fine.
English is comfortable.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll start with the name, sir and ma'am. What's your name? And please.
I'm Saachi.
Okay.
My name is Jeet.
And my name is Devansh. How long have you been in Hyderabad?
Since the time I'm born around, I would not like to declare that. So it was.
Born and brought up here, so always been part of this city. It's been 31 years since I've been in the city.
It's very nice. And you don't look 31. You look a lot younger for your age.
Thanks a lot for that compliment.
Yeah, I just thought I should say that. And I haven't met your family, but for the rest of us who haven't, could you please tell me a little bit more about your family? What do you mean when you say this is my family? Who comprises of your family? Who stays with you in your house?
I stay, now that I'm married, I have my in-laws, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, my husband, and I have a daughter.
Okay.
And my parents live in Banjara Hills. So my mom and dad, and I'm the only child.
Okay.
And we've been in Hyderabad since 32 years.
Sure. So there are 5 of you in the
Yeah,
house.
my father is into car accessories. He goes to
Okay.
Secunderabad.
Oh, that's nice. What about you, sir? You told me you work at
Yeah, I work at Deloitte.
at Deloitte.
Like she said, I have a beautiful wife sitting alongside me, a joyful daughter, and my parents along with them.
Nice.
And I work at Deloitte. I'm a chartered accountant, and I live and breathe audit when I work with Deloitte.
Nice. I'm an engineer, so I can do anything but audit. I have never studied accounts. I did little accounting during my MBA, but apart from that, no. I've never touched numbers or finances in that way. Like I'm a whole and soul engineer, and then I did my MBA. Okay. So where are you staying currently, and how far is your workplace from your current home?
I currently stay at Barkatpura, which is about 18 kilometers from where I work. That's in Gachibowli.
Okay.
But the whole stretch is too difficult to travel. And I thought this could be a perfect location with the connectivity with the ORR. Maybe the distance is a little longer compared to where I currently stay to the office, but the route is much more peaceful.
That's nice. Um, and any specific reason why you've picked this location and not another part of the city in the west, which should be even closer to your house?
So, like I said, I always been in this city, and my father and mother did not want to move away from the core city where the rest of our extended family stays.
Okay.
We wanted to be closer to that part of the city and also have good connectivity to where I work. That's the west side of Hyderabad. And I think this is perfectly placed where I could just take a flyover and I'll reach Medipatnam, and ORR I reach Kachigoli.
That's nice. That was our thinking behind planning this project as well. At the first and second panels in our experience center only explain about how this is connected to the two core parts of the city. But that's nice. So how does your general work day or home day, both of you, uh, start? I mean, what do you do throughout your day? What does your general day look like?
I go to the office for about 2 days a week or 2 to 3 days a week. The rest of the days I'm working from home. And when I go to the office, I start from my home around 9:30. I know when I start, but I don't know when I end, considering the type of work that I'm into. But I try to come back by around 8:39 in the night.
Yes. What about you, ma'am?
Mine used to be the same until 1 year back, but right now I'm on a career break because I wanted to spend time with my daughter. And what I realized is it is actually very difficult to entertain a child when you don't have amenities, like a swimming pool, a play area, and a creche. So, and even leaving your child down with, even a nanny would be challenging if you don't have a gated community. So here we are, expecting once, we have the handover at, like, I'll be very excited, Of course, I'll start working by then. I just thought of taking a break for a year, not more than that. But once my daughter starts going to school, once I begin my work, I can very peacefully go without having the tension of, what my child will do behind me. I know she's going to be very happily, very well entertained here.
That's very nice to know. So, what time does your daughter wake up? I mean, how does your day start?
She wakes us up. She wakes up at 7 in the morning, even when she doesn't have school. She wakes up at 7. We send her to school by 8:30. Her school begins at 9. She's going to play school right now, so it's a little late at 9. She gets done by 12, so that's the me time that I get for myself. And then after that, it's all behind her. Entire day I have to entertain her. But before that, while I was working, I didn't get the time with her. So now it's all with her, behind her.
It's nice. So, what and how would you describe your family time? When do you get time to spend as a family? Both of you, your parents, your daughter. I mean, is it on Sundays? Do you have dinner together? For example, I stay in Jubilee Hills, and we have two homes right beside each other. One for my grandparents and my uncle, and the other one for my parents and myself. And we used to stay together. I'm from a joint family. Um, but after moving here, after we moved into two houses, uh, I obviously didn't meet my grandparents as often. So my family time or my me time with my family was what we decided to do was we have one dinner every week on Wednesday evenings, the entire family together, where I get to spend time, play cards with my grandparents, do what they like to do. That's how we spend time together. And we do the same thing on Sunday mornings. I recently got engaged, so for congratulations. I'm getting married next year, so this is also like I invite my fiance over every Wednesday and every Sunday morning whenever she's available, so that she gets to spend a little bit more time as a family with us.
Wow.
So similarly, like, what would you say is your family time?
Ours would be weekends because he is free only on weekends. So we make sure we have at least breakfast and lunch together on Saturdays and Sundays. But dinner, I think we have a very large circle here. So we're out every Saturday and every Sunday for dinners, we're out.
That's nice.
But breakfast is together every day. Breakfast is together. But we make sure that we have lunches together on Saturday and Sunday.
That's very nice. I almost never have any meals with my family, but okay, that's very nice to know. So moving on to a home, we've talked a little bit about what you feel like you're missing in where you're staying right now and what a family or your house or your home means to you. But how would you describe a home physically? What do you picture in your mind when you think of a home?
Home for me is where once you enter, you forget all the worries and you leave that outside the door. And you feel joyful once you enter and don't want to think about anything apart from just being happy. And uh, I really want to mention that the moment we walked into the experience center here, I really felt very different compared to how we're being how we feel outside of this experience center or the other locations over here and other projects, I might say. So the moment we came in, we felt like you're making us feel at home.
Oh, that's very
And
nice.
I literally went to 4 or 5 other projects within the same area, but I kept coming back to this place because of how good you made us all feel over here and how positive we felt once we walked into the premises and the quality that you're promising to provide.
I'm glad you had a good time, so that's very, very nice to hear. What about you, ma'am? Anything else you'd like to add on to sir?
Yes. So home for me is once I step in, I forget everything, all the bad that has happened. I go inside with a smile, and I'm very attached to where I stay right now. So for me to get convinced to move anywhere else was very difficult. He had to tell me that your mother's house is only one flyover away, and I told him the flyover is 20 kilometers away. But as soon as I walked in here, I mean, initially where I stay right now, I have amazing friends. I have neighbors. I have, a lot of entertainment. My neighbors and everybody entertains my daughter very well. So for me, it was a big no. I don't want to shift. But as soon as I entered here, he told me from the beginning, like, okay, we're going to see a few projects. And he already saw a couple of projects and he told me, they were the best one. I'm sure you're going to like it. Our entire family, we came here and we said, yeah, this is it. We've seen other projects, but this is it. It gives me the same feeling. I haven't seen the neighbors, I haven't seen anybody, but I think with the warmth that is there with the staff and with today with you also, I think I am really looking forward to come here. It's very bright, very well planned and designed. I won't want something very big. I won't want something very small. This is absolutely the right number of people that I want around me.
Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you were able to help you find the right home. But knowing what I know and what you've told me right now, when did you realize that you actually wanted a new home? I know that sir convinced you, but what was your cue? When did you realize that, okay, when did you start looking for a new house?
So it was always in our mind that we need to shift to Gachibowli. We were very particular. Gachibowli, Kondapur, Narsingi. Narsingi was the last area that we were in. In fact, in back in 2022, we were checking out Narsingi. But then my daughter was born, and then we have two very nice schools near our house, and we said, okay, let's wait for a while and let's see if we get admission there. Impossible to get admission at those two schools. So we gave our interviews over there. It didn't work out, and we were like, now there's no point of literally staying here because absolutely, there's no nice school which is there. So that's when, just when we got rejected, we said, yeah, let's start looking out. So the school rejection was our main.
Understood.
And then for me, every day,
Every
my drive to the office made me realize that I should move to a place which is much more faster to the office. Not closer, but a lot faster to the
Easier commute.
easier commute.
So my workplace will always be farther and farther away from my house. I will never work close to my house. We are looking for a head office close to where I stay right now as well. But I have accepted the fact that I'm never going to work close to where I live. So this is a 40-minute commute from where I stay right now,
Okay.
close to Kachikuli. So, and the other sites we are running are at Patancheru. Another one we've taken right here. And yeah, like I'm very clear that that's not going to be a facility I can enjoy. So Since you were looking for homes here, you had finalized as one of the options and where you want to stay. Um, when did you first found out about Dave or Dave Signature One? Like, what was your introduction to our project?
I was just driving past the road, and the big board that you have there was the first thing that caught my eye. And even the advertisement that you have, the big hoarding that you have here, the type of uh, amenities and the way you were advertising it is something that really catches somebody's eye. And that's when I just stopped by. So it's not, nobody told me about this project. I was just driving past, and I really liked how it was all put up, and that's what pulled me into the project.
That's really nice. Okay, good to know. And how did you feel when you first came into the project personally? You've told me how you felt once you went back, and like how ma'am felt when she came. But could you try and tell me how was your first experience when you saw the project, when you came in, when you entered the experience center on the model flat?
This was probably the third project that I saw in this area. The two prior to this, I wasn't that convinced. Looking at how the surroundings were, but when I walked in here, right from how how the staff here made me feel, how they spoke to me, the way they explained the entire project, I could see that there's a lot more passion coming out compared to what I saw from others. And that passion can only come when they themselves believe about the quality that you're providing. That's what made me feel a little more confident that this is the project I want to finalize on.
It's very nice. And what about the rest of your family? I mean, what point about the project after your first visit did you go home and discuss on the most with your family?
The first time we came in, it was just me and my father. And then it was both of us. We really liked how the entire project was explained to us, like I said. And what I did is I went back home and tried emulating the same passion that your staff did, but I failed. But still, that somehow helped them to bring me here, helped me to bring them here. And I brought my wife, my mother, and then my mother-in-law, father-in-law as well. Then I also got my brother-in-law and my sister. Even they really like the project, and who knows, they might join your family too.
The best part about this project, where it stands out from the others, is that you show the difference in about what you provide versus what others are providing. Be it the balcony, be it the tiles, and there are some differentiators which you have. And I think 2 months back I visited my brother's construction site at my home Nishida at Neopolis, and I saw a similar setup here, like be it the home theater, the terrace garden, and the balconies that you are, the glass balconies, not the railings that you are providing. So that really caught my attention. For once, me and the entire family was on the same page. This has never happened in the past. That we have all accepted onto, staying at one place. So it is very difficult for him to, actually it became very easy for him to convince all of us after we saw the project.
For the first time,
For the first time.
me and Farah were on the same page right at the first time.
Yeah, that's very nice.
The entire family.
In fact, I'm very glad that I was able to meet you today and we got to have the conversation. We were able to get you on board to the project. Or, in fact, the right way of saying it would be you were able to onboard me at your price. But I am very happy with this interview and the way this conversation is going because this is one of my first projects that I have been involved in from day zero. I've worked on a few projects before this, but I always was an add-on because I was still studying, I was still doing my engineering and MBA, and I was working part-time. But I've been part of this project from the scratch, from the day we bought the land to the day we bought the investors or landlords on board, planning, getting all the approvals, going to a GHMC office about a few hundred times, and everything. I've sold the first flat, and of course the most recent flat. So I think you as a family and what you told me right now is basically the right thought from which the exact thought from which we developed the project. Keeping in mind the specifications, the way we've shown them, an exact thought process was I want to pick up something that is given in Neopolis or Kokapet for 10 to 12,000 per square foot. That's the selling price. And bring it to a location where we sell it for about 7 to 7,500, 8,000 per square foot. That was our target, because the kind of specs you get in this market is very different from there. So the only way I'm differentiating not just this project, but Dev as a brand is going to be by offering something a little bit more. So I'm very glad you were able to catch on to that. And I really, really appreciate the parallels you draw to a much more premium project in the city. But was that what actually caught your, was that your, the feature that actually caught your eye? Or was there anything else about the project, whether it be the planning or the amenities or the layout, the floor plan, anything specifically that that you feel was the decision maker for you? I mean, what did you like the most in the planning or the design?
So for us, we only wanted, like, even before we saw any other project, we only wanted a gated community with amenities for a child to be entertained. That was the only thing in my mind. I had not thought that we would get something so, premium at the price that you're offering. So I think the extras that you offer was the selling point for me, and the way everybody treated us, greeted us, and sat down with us to explain all the details to us were definitely the selling points. Rather, my Masi has a flat in Narsingi. She purchased it 2 years back. Now she is like, I think I need to sell that and come here and live with all of you.
Oh, please, I would love to make you one of our brand ambassadors. I'm gonna take a picture of this interview and post it everywhere I can.
Yeah.
But I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And then for me, every other project, the plus that you have above the base price is something that pains a lot to pay. But the plus like you also have in your advertisement here is truly what you're providing to the customer, the amenities which are a lot more than what you have in the other projects. Especially you've given away the ground floors and tried to have a lot more amenities being fit into that space, plus the terrace, which is our personal favorite even in our current apartment, where if we want to have our time together, we just go and sit on the terrace and enjoy the weather. Here we're getting to do that with a lot more green space. So again, that probably is one more point that pulled us into this project.
It's nice. Very
We
good.
also saw your Attapur villas,
Okay.
where we saw that there were cabanas and all. We really understand that you value, very nice, cozy places. Yes. We really like that. We said, yeah, this is something that stands out. It's not there everywhere. That the cozy time that a family wants to have. We could just go up to the terrace and sit, by the garden or in under a cabana. So that we like.
I'm very glad you liked the minor points that we have planned. So we have a lovely architect for the Attapur project from Bangalore. I think they specialize in creating these small special places that feel like home. We also had the opportunity to give a small sit out at the end of every lane, like the cabanas you had seen near the amenity space. And once you delve deeper into this project, we've tried to add small spaces apart from the larger amenity space that actually feel like this should be my space. So I'm very excited for when you move here and find your space in the project. Um, but looking back at your flat, the flat that you have picked, you are one of our, you are the most recent client. But we have this one feature that we provide in our projects that has been a star performer, especially in this project in this location, because this is something that I know for a fact nobody else is doing here, and the only one doing it. And that is, we do allow some minor internal changes. We use a mix of Maiwan and brick and mortar construction, so that if you have, if your requirement changes in the future, there are some minor changes you can make in your flat to make it more usable and as per your need. So, do you think you will be making any changes right now since your flat is not yet casted, or are you happy with the floor plan?
one more point why we finalized on the project was the fact that you were agreeing to do that.
Okay.
Because my father had a few specifications on what he wanted in a comb, and the fact that you were agreeing to do that for us was again one of the reasons why we felt they are serious about their work and we really want to join them.
That's nice. I'm glad. We will. I'll ask my team to reach out to you, understand what we can do because the casting is not very far. One more provision that we give in this project is this thing called the duplex provision. So a lot of our clients or earlier clients from the Attapur project who did and did not purchase there, we are able to bring on board here as a sky villa. We either offer 2-3 BHKs or through 2-4 BHKs or whatever they feel is works out for them. So I know you're a nuclear family, you don't need something like that, but what would be your thoughts on something like this?
If our
Whether now or
family
in the
was
future.
if our family was a little bigger, that's definitely something we would want to do, because that gives you a feel of staying in your own independent space in, but also get the facilities of a gated community. So that's a combination of what you really want as a family. And if we're able to do that, uh, two flats together on on up that the flows up and down, that makes you feel wonderful.
That's nice. That's nice. Very nice. Okay. So, looking at the amenities, having received your valuable feedback, how do you think the amenities and the spaces that we've provided in this project will change your life once you move in from as compared to the way it is right now? How do you think it's going to be different, and what part of this do you think is going to uh, make the most difference to you? You and your family, I mean, of course, you can.
The fact that I'm able to do something else in my free time apart from this sitting on the couch and watching something on the TV, like I'm able to jog around, I'm able to go swim, play some basketball, maybe play some tennis. So that gives me a lot more opportunity to do what I really want to for my own self, for my health, rather than just sitting and being a couch potato.
Huh.
So this definitely gives us that upgrade. And like my wife had mentioned, our daughter was our first priority, to give her the right childhood, to give what we got, because right now getting outdoor time for your children is very difficult, uh, considering how the city is growing. And the fact that we're able to do that here gives us a satisfaction that we're giving the right childhood to her.
Nice. I'm glad. Yep. So, one point that I've been wanting to ask you since we've met is so you've booked a flat with us and the possession is still more than a year away, or at least a year away. And booking a flat before it's made takes a certain level of commitment and trust. A lot of big brands have that commitment and trust that comes hand in hand with their brand. So we are not that brand right now, but I would want to ask you what helped you build that trust to book a flat before it's actually constructed.
The approachability that we had when we came into the project, the fact that we were able to directly speak with you and understand how committed you are to give the right product to your client, and because this is your first big project, like you said, it gives you even more responsibility to make this right and use this as a use case for the other upcoming projects that you might have, and that provides us with a lot more confidence that you would give us the right product.
For me, I found out a lot about you and your dad before really getting here. So we know that you have two commercial properties, one villa at Attapur. We looked it up, but we really liked everything there, and we spoke to a lot of people about how the builder is, and they all said very good things about you. So I think it is more word of mouth right now. It is definitely going to be a great brand. What people told me is right now they're looking at building relationships before they get commercial. They're not commercial right now, but they're really looking at building relationships right now. So that's when I walked in, that's what I, you know, understood from everyone's behavior over here. I was very happy about that. So yes, we definitely did find out. We did not take it without knowing anything about you. But yeah, you got a very good reputation in the market.
Thank you so
you
much.
and your dad.
Thank you. We will circle back to that. But okay. Now that you've trusted us, and you have looked at this as your future home, one very important thing that you have mentioned that is important to you is going to be and I'm sorry, one very important thing that ma'am told me that is important to her, and one reason she loves staying where she's staying right now is the neighbors and the community that you have around your current home. So what aspirations or what do you have in mind for when you move in here? Is there something community wise you're looking forward to?
Community wise, I just know that there are a lot of people from our community, our similar backgrounds who are going to be here. So I mean, I'm sure it'll be great. People here are already very warm, and I'm sure that is going to be great. But once it does, for the place that I'm staying, it took personal efforts to go reach out to people, reach out to neighbors. But here, while swimming, you can meet people. While coming, waiting at the lift lobby, you can meet people, or kids will become friends. So I think it'll be a lot easier here to make friends because you will randomly meet people rather than, you walking up to their house with, a dish or something that, hey, let's be friends. So I think it's going to be a lot easier over here.
Of course, of course. So I'm going to be one of your neighbors as well.
Wow.
Oh, wonderful.
I might not stay here all the time, but I will definitely come visit. So we are here to stay, not just in this project, but in this location.
Okay.
So this is our first or second project in this location. First high rise. We've taken on one more, and we are very keen to stay here as a developer, this part of the city. So I'll be visiting. So what comes to mind, and what do you think after the conversation we've had? How do you think, and what do you imagine when you imagine yourself getting the keys and finally moving into your house?
Gives me a great feeling. Right. When you asked this question, I just thought and closed my eyes and thought, how would I feel once I get the key and go into the house, see the cold breeze coming and hitting my face when I stand in the balcony. Nothing short of the sense of achievement, considering how my career has been. So I definitely am looking forward to get the keys and moving into this place and having the best time of my life here.
It's going to be no less than a dream house, to be very honest. We're really looking forward to all the amenities. So it was, I think, 1 year back that we took our daughter for a vacation. And she was 2.5 years old, and she had access to the, pool, and there was a play area. And then, she keeps on telling me, Mama, take me to, like, I want to go back to Sri Lanka. I don't want to come home. This is not my house anymore. That is my house. I stayed there for a while. So then we were like, yeah, the main part for us is amenities. If we provide that to her, she'll feel we're moving into Sri Lanka. So very recently, I was telling me, we're about to buy a Sri Lanka for you. So she said, is there going to be a pool? I said, yes. Play area? I said, yes. What about, yeah. Then there's going to be a beach as well, right? I'm really sorry. I will have to, you'll have to compromise on that part. So, like, like it is almost like having a holiday. We wouldn't have to go on, many holidays for the amenities for our child. So it's a dream home.
That's very nice to hear. So to top it off, one last question. If someone asks you about your experience with Dev, or if they should invest in Dev, or whether they should buy in Dev, what would be your response? How do you think you'd respond to that question? Because that is the agenda of this.
Yep.
We're doing. We're doing this to build trust and build connections, like you said. with the general populace here by taking you as a reference. So please tell me.
Whenever I'll probably match this to making the right investment. When you find the right stock or the right investment that you want to make, you'd want to go in when you feel that they're at the right size, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I feel the sense of attachment that you have with your work right now is something that stands apart. And I would definitely say that yes, you should definitely invest your hard-earned money in a property that's developed by their developers, and it'll definitely be a wonderful investment. And apart from that, the sense of connection that we're able to make here is not something we could make elsewhere.
Oh, that's very nice.
I'm already trying to bring my neighbors here. Neighbors from there, neighbors here. So I'm just trying for that.
Trust me, I'm trying to bring your neighbors here as well. So if you have any references, please do let us know. We have a lovely referral program. We'll onboard you as soon as we take the first step. But nice. I'm very glad to hear that. Thank you.
And then, like she said, her aunt's already thinking whether she wants to sell her property in Nasing in Movia. She doesn't stay here. She stays in the US, so would want to shift to Hyderabad in the future. But in terms of the return of investment that we're going to get here, I feel it's going to be a lot more than what we could get there at the moment.
I 100% agree with you. Land prices have shot up exponentially here. Selling your inventory at anything, I wouldn't mention any figures, but 20% over what you just paid is unsustainable for me for any new projects we plan. But yes, and the flat beside what you just purchased is empty right now. So we'd be very happy to onboard your aunt as well. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Had a lovely time meeting with you today.
Likewise.
And your daughter is a very sweet little child.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed the small gift she gave me. And if there's any way we can help you or assist you in the future, please do let us know.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. It was a lovely conversation.
Thank you, ma'am. I think you left your phone there.